Hello, everyone. My name is Amber Shek. Thank you for joining me. As a public historian student at Liberty University, I would like to share some history with you. We are going to chat about public history, what it means, the types of historians, and how important it can be to a community like mine. I moved to Yuma, Arizona in 2016, where I quickly learned how important the Colorado River water is in the Southwest. Yuma has a long, rich history that is celebrated by locals. While it may seem like the answer would be obvious, like defining women's history or environmental history, defining public history, it is a discussion up for debate. The National Council on Public History only recently proposed that public history is a movement, methodology, and approach that promotes the collaborative study and practice of history. Its practitioners embrace a mission to make their special insights accessible and useful to the public. However, those in the field have differing opinions about what public history means. Some view it as an academic field of study, while others see it as a mission to help the public access and learn about their history, or even help influence public policy. Generally, public history is related to history beyond the classroom. Historian Robert Weibel suggests, after considering the opinions of several scholars, there is not a simple definition of public history, but the discipline's practitioners are educators who neither deny their expertise nor keep it to themselves. Whether they work in classrooms, museums, or historic sites, they listen respectfully to the people with whom they share their authority and learn from them. But in the end, they take responsibility for making the final edits on a community's or a nation's historical narrative. Public historians often work in museums, historical societies, archives, federal, state, or local governments, and libraries. They may be consultants, oral historians, cultural resource managers, curators, film and media producers, historical interpreters, historical preservationists, policy advisors, local historians, or community activists. There are a few distinguishing characteristics of public history to keep in mind. The intended audience is the public rather than academic peers, which influences how information is portrayed. Generally, the public audience will be diverse. Personal experience and understanding is heavily influenced by different factors: age, race, religion, socioeconomic status, and even level of education. The public generally trusts museums more than any other source. In Yuma, Arizona, members of the Arizona Historical Society work with the Yuma Crossing National Heritage Area and the Sanguinetti House Museum to preserve local history and share it with the community. Yuma is home to over 200,000 people. The population almost doubles during the winter months with an influx of visitors who enjoy the region's mild weather. The story of Yuma's evolution from army outpost to a small metro represents how water and environmental manipulation were essential. Urban growth began in the region just after World War II. Water was vital to Yuma's development and continues to impact growth. Scholars agree on the necessity of water to develop an urban region. The Yuma Reclamation Project illustrates the multiplicity of problems and challenges associated with the national irrigation policy in its attempts to facilitate homesteading in the arid West. Historian Evan R. Ward revealed how the Colorado River's water connected the region to the global market by fostering agricultural, industrial, and demographic growth. Increased urbanization among the seven basin states: Arizona, California, Nevada, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming has strained the river's natural flow and political relations. The Colorado River State Historic Park tells the story of the past, present, and future of the Colorado River and its role in the settlement and development of both Yuma and the larger Southwest. Locals and visitors can learn about the history of Yuma at the Colorado River State Historic Park while viewing original buildings of the Quartermaster Depot built when Yuma was an Army outpost. The depot supplied the military army forts in Arizona during the Indian Wars, brought by ocean steamers from California across the Colorado River. In 1904, the site became the Bureau of Reclamation's headquarters for the Yuma Project. Visitors of the park can also learn about the Colorado River and the Yuma Project through interactive exhibits. The beautiful river can be viewed from the park itself. The river itself can be viewed from the park. I, myself, have paddled along the Colorado River many times and participated in float downs. They are a local tradition and sort of a rite of passage for anyone who comes to Yuma. Families and friends gather with lots of food, drink, and sunscreen. It gets over 100 degrees daily during the summer and even fall months, and float for miles on inner tubes from the launch point to the famous Yuma Bridge. On one side, you are in Arizona, and the other, you can see California. The Colorado River stretches approximately 1,500 miles through 7 states into a draining basin of over 240,000 square miles, with several other flowing tributaries. According to American environmentalist Philip J. Fradkin, this majestic river is the most used, the most dramatic, and the most highly litigated and politicized river in the country, if not the world. More than 40 million people across 7 states rely on the river's water. It was responsible for most of the urban growth in the area, including Yuma, Arizona. President Theodore Roosevelt signed the Newlands Reclamation Act on June 17, 1902, that would irrigate the frontiers of the arid Southwest in the United States. Yuma became the first federal irrigation project sanctioned on the Colorado River. The Yuma Reclamation Project of 1904 resulted in a complex irrigation system. An article in the Arizona Sentinel on March 15, 1917 describes Yuma on her first real boom with the creation of an irrigation system. Before this, Yuma was asleep on the bank of the Colorado River for many years. Water diverted from the Colorado River through construction of the Yuma project irrigates 68,091 acres of land in the vicinity of the towns of Yuma, Somerton, and Gadsden in Arizona, and Bard and Winter Haven in California. Yuma is now the third largest metropolitan area in Arizona, an agricultural epicenter, and the winter vegetable capital of the world, thanks to the Yuma project. The Yuma County Waters Association was founded in 1903 when three private ditch companies organized to develop and irrigate the bottomlands of Yuma Valley. The Water Users Association sought a contract with the U.S. government to build the Laguna Dam on the Colorado River, the Yuma Main Canal in California, an invert siphon, and a distribution system. The Yuma project was authorized in 1904. Construction work on Laguna Diversion Dam began in July 1905 and was completed in 1908. The first Colorado River water was delivered through the siphon to Arizona lands on June 29, 1912. The Arizona Sentinel published an article on Thursday, January 19, 1916, about the Yuma project on the front page and subtitled the paper Fearless Champion of Yuma, Yuma Project, and Yuma County. In it, the author states, without the reclamation project, Yuma Valley and the Indian Reservation unit of the project would be a wilderness of arrowweeds and cottonwood trees. The Yuma project is our whole stock in trade. According to the article, the project resulted in increased property growth throughout the county, and the Yuma National Bank increased revenue 300% since January of 1909. The author also praises the new project manager and noted the canal was in better condition under his leadership. Farmers also benefited from the canal. The average price of crops per acre increased from $31 in 1940 to $50.75 in 1916. Sites like the Colorado River State Historic Park, developed through the help of public historians, connects the local community to its heritage. In this image, a local company brought employees from all over the world together to volunteer at the heritage area while they learned about Yuma. We can't talk about the Colorado River without discussing its current state. According to the Colorado River Basin Water Supply and Demand Study 2012, the Colorado River and its tributaries supply more than 1 in 10 Americans with some, if not all, of their water for municipal use, including drinking water, provide irrigation water to more than 5.5 million acres, approximately 8,590 square miles of land, are essential as a physical, economic, and cultural resource to at least 22 federally recognized tribes, support 4,200 megawatts of electrical generating capacity, providing power to hundreds of local areas and millions of people, are directly linked to 9 National Park Service units and 7 national wildlife refuges, supporting over 1 billion in tourism revenue associated with outdoor recreation and wildlife, provide habitat for a wide range of species, including threatened and endangered species, as well as other species of wildlife and vegetation. This places an extreme burden on the river that has been in historic extended drought since 2000, which impacts the water supply. The basin states and federal government are looking for ways to reduce effects of the drought and protect the region's life source.